Peace and love, you beautiful wonders of the spiritual level of being. Nathan here from the spiritual level of being, and you have a spiritual level of being. And today we're going to be discussing the Books of Jude. Now, the Books of Jude were discovered 200 years before the Nag Hammadi Library and the Dead Sea Scrolls, discovered around 1769. Now, when the Nag Hammadi was discovered, more of this information of Gnosticism was leaked, if you will, to the public. So we had a greater understanding of Gnosticism. Now, the author of these two books, which were written in Coptic, previously could have been also written in Koine Greek. Now, these works are also referenced in Pistis Sophia, making it most likely written around the early 3rd century. Some people claim that these works are written around the 10th century, though I'll take this with a grain of salt, as this claim comes from those that dislike Gnosticism. Now, you can find a free copy of this on Google somewhere, especially on Gnosis.org. You can read it, and especially you can see the symbols that are included in this book. You can also find an audio copy on YouTube. Now, the books are a mixture of Gnostic Gospels, esoteric revelations, and conversations of Jesus with his apostles, who are both male and female. Now, this book also has Jesus stressing to not share this esoteric knowledge with those unready to receive it or unready to understand it. Now, in the Books of Jude, we also have references of Jesus being called the living Jesus, the living one, and the life giver. This is in reference to Jesus' life-giving teachings, to the reference of the Christ surviving the resurrection of Jesus himself. So we also have further on, we have prayers being mentioned 3 times repeatedly. So this here symbolizing the Holy Trinity. Now, the text also mentioned by name the 28 emanations of God. Now, we also have mentioning of God as the true divine, the true God, the unknowable God, the unapproachable God, etc. Now, we also have, interesting enough here, not just the archons being mentioned, but we also have mentioning of the watchers. Now, in the Books of Jude, we also have Gnostic hymns and praises, including esoteric diagrams of esoteric symbols and holy seals. This also represents the celestial realms. Now, this book is most likely not just a prayer book, but also a book of spells for Gnostic rituals, ceremonies, and to receive divine protection from the celestial realms. Now, we also have references of God being referred to as the invisible God. Now, the Holy Trinity being represented by the several prayers being mentioned 3 times. You'll find this as you read this book. Now, Jesus gives 3 baptisms to those present with water, fire, and the Holy Spirit. Then Jesus then explains that through the Gnostic mystery, this is necessary in order for them to receive liberation and salvation. Now, Jesus then states that once the disciples' souls have been purified, that they in turn would transcend above the aeons and would return to the pleroma to be one with the invisible God. This in turn represents that through Gnosis, we in turn can transcend beyond the material world and return to the pleroma and be one with God. Now, the disciples symbolically represent us as being followers of Christ. Now, this book also stresses the importance of forgiveness, the importance of going within and having patience. So thank you so much for joining me on this short little discussion. I hope you all have a lovely day, a lovely night. Peace and love, connect to one, mind and soul. Many blessings. Peace.